friends. This is Cherie, and we are all here to help you with the virtual auction secrets of 2020. We are from the Maple Valley Rotary Club, and my name is Cherie, and we have Rock and Gary and Val and Sean. Today we want to go over the lessons learned. And to start that off, the top three that we had are: number one, recruitment and organization of dedicated team players ready for anything, start to finish, including Rotarians, friends, family, and definitely professionals who cater to virtual auctions. Number two was theme and presence, that is energetic, flexible, interactive, enough to create a strong identity that inspires all groups of individuals to join in for the total experience. Number three was communication above all, to encapsulate the connection and engagement of anyone and everyone who is interested in being part of the opportunities to support the community and those who need it the most. Now we'll go on to Gary.
Well, the biggest thing about it, the virtual platform, is it just expanded our ability to reach a whole new audience. Normally for your regular old auction, you got 100 plus people showing up. But with the virtual platform, you're able to expand that out, and we were reaching around 25,000 people through Facebook promotion. So that was super helpful. It also enabled us to have a new audience on the local level. We were able to invite our community of people that we serve at our Rotary Club, plus their friends and their families, and that was nationwide, so we had a lot of support from families all over the country. The other thing was it was a great opportunity to boost awareness just for what our club does. Sometimes we all think everybody knows what Rotary is up to, but they don't in your community, so it's always a good opportunity to let people know. And then it also created some good recruitment opportunities, and I know we've had a few people fill out the member applications since this event, so that's been good. So a couple of marketing things, or 2 or 3 marketing things to consider. Just do a cool brand, something that's memorable. You're competing against a bunch of people online when you're trying to promote your event, so you've got to stick out, and that's always a good thing. It needs to be versatile because it needs to look good on the website, in print materials, also on promotional items, and Val will probably talk about that more and how she used that for the micro galas. Facebook is your best friend for this because you can literally target people right in your area or the cities that you serve. So some tips on that would be, you don't need a large budget. I think we spent around $300, but we were able to target people in our city and surrounding cities, target people, fans of our Rotary Facebook page, plus their friends. And then also, one of the ads we ran, we're targeting our district Rotary page. So ran ads specifically trying to reach other Rotarians in our district because we know Rotarians support Rotarians. So that was a good opportunity. And then lastly, make sure you set aside a budget to promote your sponsors. It's hard enough to get sponsors. You got to put some money into Kitty to give back to them so that next year it's much easier to get them on board. So we ran specific ads for the high dollar sponsors, promoted them themselves. And for them, that creates a lot of good exposure and builds a lot of community goodwill for them. So don't forget that. We all kind of want to just market our event, but they are the event in this essence. So last couple things here, just we used email marketing too. We put together a series of emails that Rock wrote, which were great, along with some videos Sean put together. It was just a great little symphony of tools, but I would say don't discount email marketing. Be sure you're using that to reach out to your past auction participants and your own Rotary Club. So combining all those tools for marketing will really give you a lot of success. So that's what I've got.
How about Rock?
I'll speak to the content of our program, and then I'll let Sean speak to the technical side of the production. But Gary did a terrific job on the marketing, and that included a lot of the content, as he mentioned, that we wrote and put together kind of holistically, looking at developing content that was based on our theme and connected to our theme, not only for the advertisements, but for the program itself. I think from a scripting standpoint and a content standpoint, it was very easy to put together short pieces of video. And so don't be afraid to break up and actually pre-record a lot of your content. It makes it a lot easier than to try to do things live or to do longer pieces. We were able to do that with the help of Sean and his editing abilities. And we tried to make it as fun as possible and humorous. And even though we had some mistakes in it and things like that, it was very lighthearted, and I think had some energy related to it as well. Last thing I'll talk about is the testimonials that we used from folks that we were raising money for. And we tried to be very clear in our requests of them, what we were looking for, what kind of messaging, and gave them specific questions to answer for their testimonials in support of Rotary and for us supporting their causes as well. So connect it to the theme, put it together holistically, think about your communication as a whole, and the messaging will be more connected and more effective.
Okay, Sean.
Okay, well, I was working closely with Rock and some others on the videos, and we made a decision early on to do our pre-recorded videos ourselves. We got a very high quote on a professional videographer who was fantastic, but it was beyond our budget. So we decided to do it ourselves. And well, frankly, you can do it too. We used a Canon Rebel digital camera to record most of those, but you could very easily just record with a decent smartphone. They have great cameras and great microphones on a lot of these phones now, and you could really get the job done. If you can get a simple little tripod, that's even better. So don't shy away thinking you don't have the equipment. You probably already do, and you may not even know it. And then to do the editing, we used a program called Corel Video Studio. It's a decent program. It's under $100, so it's super easy to pick up. A lot of people out there use Adobe Premiere, which is a little bit more expensive product, but it's sort of the flagship product in home video editing and even in professional video editing for many professionals. So if you have access to that, certainly it's a fantastic product. The other thing I would suggest is we did these short little videos that we used throughout the event. And one thing we did in many of those videos was we used a common piece of music to tie them together. And of course, a common look and feel too, but the music I think was key. And we got that music at a site called envato.com, ENVATO. And you can go there and go to their Envato market and look in the audio section. They have a fantastic collection of music and sound effects. It's really professional quality music. You can get it really cheaply. You can get a great song for between $10 and $30 for one use. It's really high quality stuff. And to me, on the video side, that made a huge difference, and I think it would too in your event. So I'd highly encourage you to consider that you probably have the tools and even the skill set to do this yourself if you need to, and all the tools that you need are out there for relatively little money, and you can make it happen. So I encourage you to think out of the box. Don't be afraid of the situation. We all sort of pulled together to make it happen, and you certainly can too.
Hey, I have to add in one easy production tip that Sean helped us with. We actually printed the scripts for each of the video segments in 16-point type or 18-point type and taped them to the bottom of the tripod right below the camera. So it was very easy. It was like a teleprompter and just shot it in different segments. So that was very helpful and efficient in our production.
All right, round to Val.
Great. I know when I got tapped to help out with this particular auction, I realized that to do something I'd never done before or we'd never done before, it meant that we had to be willing to start by doing something we'd never done before, which was every step of the way. I felt like we were exploring and on an adventure, trying to decide what may or may not work. My role on behalf of the auction team was I felt a strong need to help create the numbers of people that we would normally gather together in one venue, and how could we do that absent a live auction. And so we came up with the term micro gala, which meant we called on our Rotary members to host a small, preferably non-Rotary guest list in their home or at a preferred venue. We had one that was held at a golf country club, and that we created as much as we could a shared experience, even though we weren't together. So to the point of what everybody's been talking about and what we put together, Cherie had picked the theme, the art of opportunity. So everywhere we went, we were talking about the art of opportunity. It's a kaleidoscope of things. We created kits for all those people who hosted a micro gala. Those kits included some Rotary embossed wine glasses, some confetti that went with the party, buttons and centerpieces and all kinds of things that would make it a shared environment. We used a budget of $35 per kit, so it wasn't a big expenditure compared to what we were used to from a decoration standpoint, but it created a shared experience. We also stayed true to our history in auction through procurement and through our sponsorships. And so huge kudos to the group that continued to procure items for us at this time in a virtual setting. And we had things going up for sale and being sold at full price before the live auction even hit. Through that live auction, all the movies and videos and hashtag Maple Valley Rotary auction, if you want to see some of the celebrations, everybody created a different experience for their guests, as well as we had small venues of, onesie twosie, as we said, bid from your bed kind of situations. And so we really tried to think of ways to make it easy for people to want to participate, and to give them things that they could hang on their front doors and be wearing around town that just told our story and got people excited. And so from that standpoint, it was a matter of communicate, and make sure you present the energy that you want to have portrayed. And we did that through the entertaining videos and the graphics, and being around every corner as best we knew how. So it was definitely, like I say, doing something we'd never done before by doing a lot of little things that we had never done before, and being brave and bold and being under good leadership to do that on behalf of our community. And so I think people were drawn to participating because they have always supported Maple Valley Rotary and were very supportive of the causes for the purpose that we were continuing with our auction this year. But they also wanted to be a part of something unique. And I think we hit on something that we may well continue to consider going forward absent a pandemic.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I can't tell you how grateful I am that we were successful in our auction, and the first virtual auction for Maple Valley Rotary. And we hope everyone else has the best experience that we did too. Thank you very much, and good luck, everyone.